Welcome to episode 24 of the Lovecraft Tapes, an actual play Call of Cthulhu 7th edition RPG podcast using Roll20.net. I am your keeper of arcane lore, Jeremy Boomstick Johnson, and your investigators of the unknown are Brian Johnson as Samantha Blaine,
That'd be me.
Matt Zealish as Dan Williams,
You know, repeatedly setting my ringtone to TNT by AC/DC is really not that funny.
but it is dynamite, and Gabe Diascenzo as DiCenzo. I gotta sit there. Let me try that again. And Gabe DiCenzo as Roy Arroyo.
Reverend Lemons gave me permission to partake on this adventure.
All right. Great. Well, before we begin, we want to do a little bit of housekeeping. We are a group of 4 friends who play 7th edition Call of Cthulhu role-playing game on Roll20.net. As the keeper, I use a mixture of modified published scenarios, original content, and off-the-cuff improvisation. We lean heavily towards story-based role-playing, but like to mix in roles and rules where necessary to add some randomness and chance. We broadcast our podcast recording sessions on YouTube using OBS on a weekly basis. Follow us on Twitter at Lovecraft Tapes to find out what day we're recording so you can watch us live. But beware, if you follow the podcast, there will be spoilers since we usually record 4 episodes ahead. But you'll get the added bonus of chatting with us live, which no one is doing right now, even possibly influencing the story, and get to hear the unedited version of the podcast, for better or worse.
I'm so sorry.
Yes, we apologize in advance. All right, how is everybody doing tonight?
Very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty nice. Yeah, just kicking back with some water. Had a nice cup of coffee before this. My energy should be up.
I took some volume, so I'll be out in about 10.
Took some Xanax.
Yeah, Xanax. It sure helped Charles, didn't it?
Oh my.
Xanax?
And
Nope.
for those of you who may be watching now or later or listening, if this actually makes the cut, Charles is no longer a regular member of the podcast. We'll put it that way. Gabe is our new regular member, our new cast member. So
Welcome, mister.
welcome
Was
to
that
Fantasy Island. Say your last name again, Gabe.
DiCenzo?
DiCenzo. Okay, I got it.
SH. But it is.
I'll double check
It's
that.
the friend zone.
The friends.
It's a lot of things. It changes every day.
Whenever I try to cap a feel, he's like, "Nope."
Going
The
right
friend
back.
zone.
I think of you as a friend.
Hey,
Well,
that's a start.
I'll make sure when I go to Italy in June, I'll run that by a couple people just to make sure that's proper.
Oh, yeah.
They'll say, "What? That's not."
You're
how you say it."
running some family.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they'll be like, no, it's Das Ganzo.
It's Das Buto. All right. Well, before we continue, we do need to take a quick commercial break. And we're back.
All this
That was
time, we still
brilliant.
can't find a decent sponsor.
Shut up. That was brilliant.
All right. And now we continue with episode 24, a brand new scenario.
That's a weird
Chapter
title.
4. Yeah, I know, right? I
A brand new scenario.
I actually thought about like renaming all of the podcasts or renumbering them so it was like 4.1, 4.2, 4.3. Because
Give additions.
like the whole this is like the 4th chapter,
Right.
and but I sort of gave that up and just
No,
went with
yeah,
episodes.
that's fine.
All right, so let's go ahead and do our recap. Oh, and do you guys have your wiki up? You might want to start to compile
Matt,
that.
start typing, baby.
And
Oh, yeah.
Gabe, there is a link in the chat that says, and I believe you should have access to it. It says the wiki.
A wiki.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a link within that wiki that actually takes you to the actual wiki. You might have to copy paste it, but
It's real wiki.
yeah.
Sticky icky
Let me
wiki.
know if you don't see that.
I'm on love because I don't see it.
I just double shared it with you, so
It's on your screen now.
yeah, it should be showing up on the screen.
I got it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that link will take you to the actual Google Doc that has the show notes and your guys' notes. Feel free to
Hashtag
add
sponsor
to it.
us, Google.
Just don't be like me and Matt, where we both hammer away at the keyboard like monkeys. That's kind of what. Yeah, I have such a heavy type.
Requesting
Yeah,
access.
mechanical keyboards are the best keyboards.
Oh yeah, shit. There you go.
Yeah, shit.
Come on, baby.
Shameless plug for our mechanical keyboards.
Loading.
Hashtag sponsor us, mechanical keyboards.
All right, you should be good now, buddy.
Cool thing.
Pretty sure if we stick RGB LEDs everywhere, we could get a sponsorship from Corsair.
It's true.
All
yeah,
right.
not now.
So we've only got an hour, so let's jump into this puppy.
All right.
So we'll do the recap first. 3 months have passed since Samantha and Dan left Deerfield, New Hampshire. 3 months with no word from or sign of Charles Blaine. 3 months of enduring questions from local law enforcement, the media, and the FBI about the missing people posing as the murdered Windflowers. Eventually, those questions peter out until only the occasional query arrives via email. Life inexorably returns to a semblance of normality. The rest of the world busies itself with other mysteries. Samantha tries to take solace in the routine of teaching, but her mind wanders frequently, unable to forget the horrors witnessed at the Contented Cow. She awakens from nightmares, sure her father is standing there at the foot of her bed in the dark. But there is nothing. He is gone. Dan returns to the security offices of Miskatonic University a troubled man. He's crushed by overwhelming guilt. What if he had turned back to check on Charles as they ascended from the basement? What if he had reacted more quickly to that stick of dynamite? Futile questions, he knows, but he can't help it. He clings to Samantha, determined to protect her at all costs. They console each other. Oddly, this latest tragedy has brought them even closer together. They've spent more and more time ruminating over the events on that island, trying to piece together what happened. And they've acquired a new ally. A seasoned FBI agent from Boston, originally assigned to investigate the Deerfield murders, has taken to spending more time in Arkham. Many a night, the trio gather at the Blaine estate to ponder what might have happened that fateful weekend. And their interests have started to drift to other peripheral mysteries. So, Gabe, why don't you tell us a little bit about Roy Arroyo?
Now, Roy was born into a very Catholic family, born and raised in Arkham, Massachusetts. Kind of basically stayed in the area his whole life, living in Boston now. But, he's grown up. He's about 47 years old. He got a wife and about 11 kids, as most Catholics do. He got a real hate for the color turquoise, puts him into some weird anxiety attacks, and he happens to be blind in his left eye.
Nice. Okay. That's a good start. So if we take a look at Roy here real quick. As you know, each of the characters needs to identify a key connection, and what this does is it allows, at the end of a scenario, you to see if you've conquered some fear or dealt with some anxiety that will bolster your sanity a little bit. And it's a chance for you to regain some sanity beyond just normal therapy, which you can also do. But this is something that's sort of, I'm looking at your character and I see, okay, anxiety attacks over the color turquoise, but the afraid of frogs thing is really interesting.
That's something I'm happy to admit.
Yeah, and that's something that is maybe that's a little bit more meaningful to you and that you don't share with other folks. And just because we're sharing it here now among players doesn't mean that their characters know about it. Right. But that may be something that you might want to. I might recommend using that as your key connection and sort of come up with a backstory of your own as to why you're afraid of frogs, and there may come a time where I might throw you a curveball within the story that will test this, and whether or not you come out ahead might determine whether or not your sanity improves later on down the line. Do you like that as a key connection?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, so on your character sheet, I'm actually going to label that as a key
Put
connection.
pictures of frogs.
Yes. Key connection. So yeah, there you go. That should be pretty good start for that particular thing. So that is Gabe's character, Roy Arroyo. As many of the listeners might remember, Arroyo was actually a NPC in Charles's supposed coma dreams, where he thought he was an investigator, and Roy Arroyo was a FBI agent in that particular story in Chapter 2, so Dark Angelus. So if you like to go back and listen to that, and you might see a little bit of a connection there. I tried to work out the timeline and it seems to make sense that Roy would be 47 years old if the other Arroyo was actually his dad. It sort of matches up slightly. So I think that's a good connection there. So, all right. So let's go ahead and jump into it. A mid-August Saturday morning arrives bright and warm. Dan gets up early, unable to sleep, and slips out of bed without waking Samantha. The nightmares have abated somewhat, but they still visit unannounced, so when she gets a peaceful sleep, he is loath to disturb it. She continues to slumber blissfully while he pads downstairs to the kitchen. A familiar thump on the doorstep signals the arrival of this morning's edition of the Arkham Gazette. Dan retrieves it with a cup of coffee in his hand, deciding it is nice enough to sit on the porch to read. He unfolds the local rag, takes a sip, then nearly chokes as a blurb in the bottom left corner of the front page catches his eye. All right, now I'm going to share with you, and only with you, Dan.
What's it say?
What's it say?
The Lovecraft Tapes podcast.
Oh, sweet.
All right.
I've heard of that.
All right,
It's
there you go,
popular.
buddy.
I
So,
heard that sucks.
and so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to whisper with Matt now.
Ooh.
All right, I got it. Let me see if I can do this. Because I think I can only do it. Is this going to work?
Hi, man.
You know, I can't whisper to you. So it's just the way that this thing works here. Because the whisper thing doesn't pop up properly with this split thing. So we're just going to go ahead and do this and have you read the thing out loud. So.
Okay. Break-in culprit caught. Arkham Police responded last night to a reported break-in at the local MSPCA on West Water Street around 2:30 in the morning. Arrested on the scene was 32-year-old Arkham resident Ryan Davies, who authorities claim was leaving the site with a large quantity of ketamine hydrochloride, used commonly as a date rape drug. No animals at the shelter appear to have been harmed. Davies is being held on $2,000 cash bail and will be arraigned later at Salem District Court.
Okay. So, Dan, you know Ryan Davies. He is actually a friend of yours. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Ryan Davies, how you guys know each other. Currently, you know he's 32 years old. You do know that he is a bookseller in town. He manages a book store, and he is married and has a couple kids. And you guys have fallen out of regular contact over the last few years. But tell us a little bit of backstory about how you met him.
Jeez. Me and Ryan met back in basic, actually. Ended up in the same bunk. Now I ended up going on to same bunkhouse, I should say. Now I ended up going on to do field work. Ryan was actually pulled to be an analyst, and he went off to intelligence school.
Or an analyst.
I didn't know him for long, but for what I did know him when he was in basic, he seemed like a pretty normal guy. Had a weird obsession with books, though. Always reading one or talking about one or
eating one.
Collecting.
And why did you guys fall out of or lose touch?
Mostly because I went off to Iraq and he ended up in Langley. So, as often as it is, I kind of hold a little bit of resentment for him because while I was off getting shot at and almost blown up in Iraq, he was sitting in a cubicle looking at a computer monitor. And yet he somehow gets paid more than I do.
Okay, I like that. That's good backstory.
Hmm.
Does Samantha know of him?
No, she wouldn't know. I don't talk a whole lot about the war or anything kind of before that period. I really try and avoid it.
Okay. All right. Well, at this point, I think that's a great backstory for you guys. But Ryan was a good friend once upon a time, and this sounds completely different than anything he would be involved in. Albeit, you've maybe you can't avoid seeing him in town occasionally, so it's not like you haven't seen him. But it's maybe been just passing friendly hi type situation. And if you've ever gone to his bookstore, then you would have seen him there. And so you guys have been friendly. So this is quite the shock that he would be involved in something of this nature. So right now you're sitting on the front porch trying to swallow your coffee and wipe what you'd spit onto off the paper. And so it's early in the morning right now. It's about like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and Samantha is sleeping upstairs, and you know that Roy is coming over at about 11 a.m. for brunch, and we're going to let you drive the story from here.
Okay. I'm going to actually tear that story off the front page, fold it up, and put it in my pocket to carry with me. I'm going to head inside, make sure there's still enough coffee left for everyone else. If not, I'm going to start a new pot. And I'm going to start prepping for brunch.
Okay.
I know that Sam isn't really big on cooking.
Oh, okay.
So,
Lazy.
Nicely done. Okay, great. What are you going to whip up?
I'm feeling classic all-American, so we're going to do some nice light fluffy pancakes. Maybe add some blueberries in there, some bacon, applewood smoked, very thick cut, of course. The scrambled eggs. Squeeze some orange juice.
All in the pancakes?
Yeah.
That's some weird pancakes, man.
And I can't cook.
Damn the luck. Okay, well, you can pre-prep a lot of that stuff, but you still got a couple hours before he's going to be there. So beyond that, you can just get things ready in the fridge, and then you're probably looking at like maybe 9 o'clock.
I want to go. I'm going to go to my computer and boot up my browser and see if I can't find any like corroborating stories or any other articles about this ketamine theft or attempted ketamine theft.
Sure. Well,
They're not on RedTube, dude.
I'll check YouPorn then.
Nope, still no articles. I don't get it.
I'll check Playboy. I always read Playboy for the
You
articles.
know what the 34th rule of the internet is.
That is true.
Of course.
I don't. All right. Why don't you go ahead and give me a... do you have library use or computer use? I don't know.
Library use.
Okay, go ahead and give me a library use roll.
Oh, I needed a 20. I rolled a 33.
All right. So you can't find anything really related too much to the ketamine stuff. You're not real familiar with that other than that, like it's a date rape drug. That's about all you know beyond that. As far as corroborating stories, the only story you find is basically an online version of the same thing that you have in your paper. So
Okay.
nothing
He
beyond
rips the
that.
screen in half and puts it in his pocket.
So yeah, it's either the story, as this occurred was like 2:30 a.m. last night. previous morning or earlier this morning. So maybe the news hasn't really got around to any other outlets, or it's just not big enough to have been picked up at this point.
I don't know. I mean, $2,000 worth of ketamine seems like kind of big news.
Yeah, right? It certainly does.
Yeah, but not where we live.
Yeah, this is everyday occurrence, man. It's Arkham.
I mean, drugs, baby.
I mean, $3,000, then we're talking, but
$2,001. That's unusual.
The alarms go off.
That's the capper.
okay. Can I see
No, you
on the
just name
byline who wrote the article?
It doesn't have
Or
a
is it just-
byline. It just seems like
Okay.
just a real quick blurb. There's,
Yeah.
you know, knowing the Arkham Gazette, you're probably going to see an expanded version of this, maybe in the evening paper or possibly tomorrow's paper. The papers aren't like very huge in Arkham, so
Go figure.
you know they have a relatively small staff.
That's genetics, dude. You can't fight it.
I know, it's the worst.
They're all 3 feet tall.
So.
Okay, so I guess I still have some time.
Yeah, you've got a little
Stop
bit,
tap dancing,
a little bit
Brian.
more time. If you want to, Sam, you can awaken anytime you want to, if you want to, or you can wait until he wakes you up.
Lazy whore.
Oh.
Aw,
You don't know me yet.
you don't know me.
And then you can say it once you do.
I was saying about you as Brian. Not...
Oh, yeah, that's true. That is the truth.
So-
I smell the coffee, the fresh coffee, and I start to stir.
Stir the coffee?
Nope.
Oh, you like it black and strong like your man? Is that it?
Okay. Since I know I have a little bit more time to go, I'm going to pull up my phone, flip through the contacts, and call up a guy named John Rafferty, who I know is a reporter over at the local paper.
Okay. So it rings a couple times, and you hear a sleepy voice come on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's up, Dan?
Oh, hey, John. I was reading the paper this morning, and I noticed there was a blurb about some dude who tried to steal a bunch of ketamine last night.
Oh, God, yeah. What do you think of that? Oh, wait, don't you know that guy?
Yeah, we knew each other back in basic. And it's weird because as much as I know him, that seems incredibly contrary to who he is.
Mm-hmm.
I was
I mean, you know, this is a relatively small town. I mean, it's a university town, but I've run into this guy a couple times too, and he seems pretty normal to me, or at least he did.
Yeah, I've always been a bit of a bookworm, but drug addict, not so much.
Yeah,
He really likes the ladies.
doesn't make sense.
I was wondering if there was any other information that you guys had on what happened that maybe didn't make the cut for the little blurb, or if you're doing a little more on it. If there was anything you could tell me.
No, not really. I know they got him holding down at the police station, and I imagine his family's going to pull together some money and bail him out in maybe a day or two. But that's all we know at this point. We'll get some more information after the cops are done with him.
Okay. If anything else interesting shows up, you mind giving me a ring?
Yeah, no problem. We'll do.
Hey, thanks a lot, buddy.
Yeah. Night.
Night.
Who were you talking to?
Oh, hey, honey. Calling up John, friend of mine who works at the local paper. No,
You asked him to give you a ring, so I was just wondering.
no, he's a reporter.
I know. I'm just trying to have fun in the morning.
I don't know if you know who Ryan Davies is.
I don't think so.
He owns a bookstore in town.
Hmm.
Married, has a couple kids. Me and him met each other back when I first enlisted. We had basic training together.
Okay.
Pretty normal guy, a bit of a bookworm, always reading something or talking about someone. Or apparently he got caught trying to steal $2,000 worth of ketamine from the MSPCA.
The date rape drug?
Yeah. And
What the hell?
I'm kind of confused because everything I know about him says that is something he would never do.
Yeah, but how well do you really know him? I mean, when's the last time you talked to him?
I mean, I've seen him in passing and maybe had some small talk when I stopped by the bookstore to grab a new mystery novel to read over at work, but I never pegged him to be either
I hope you never
a
pegged
criminal
him.
mastermind or a
That's
drug
sure to
addict.
bunk.
He did share a bunk, so maybe you pegged him.
Hey, it's the army, okay? There's not a whole lot of options.
It's an army of two.
Devil's Cartel.
Huh, well, that's strange.
Yeah, it is very strange. And Sam, you do know that you're
Who the
familiar
hell
with...
is talking?
It's me, Jesus. Hey guys, it's me, Jesus.
Is that the coffee?
It's me, the coffee.
I've had some ketamine in the coffee this morning.
So Sam,
I feel tired.
you do know that you've been into bankrupt books occasionally, and you're pretty sure you know.
Yeah, I think I know who he is.
Yeah, who this guy is.
Yep.
That's an optimistic name.
I've never met him directly, but I'm sure that he's waited on me before with his peg. Oh, it's not the same one.
His peg leg.
Oh,
It just strikes me as really odd for him.
well, people are different. I mean, who they are face to face and who they are behind closed doors can be 100 different things.
Fair point.
Is there something that's you need to get to the bottom of with this, or is it just bugging you because you knew him?
Just everything that I knew about him says that he's a good guy. I mean, all the rest of us back at camp thought he was a little strange, but maybe that's because while we were out, shooting guns and learning how to fight, he was, reading books and decrypting code.
People.
He always seemed a lot more smart than the rest of us.
Okay.
And I guess
Quick
some
question,
of the guys
honey.
presented him for that. Yeah.
Could he communicate with bugs telepathically?
Not that I know
Okay.
of.
I didn't know if we were going into an alternate universe here.
You did call him a bookworm.
Quick, are either of us
Starship
in a
Troopers, we're fighting while you're Okay. Well, I'd say if it'll help, go see him. See if you can help him in any way. If he's your friend, it's the least you can do. See if he needs anything.
Yeah, I have John down at the paper keeping an eye on things, and he said he'd call me up if any new information came in.
Okay, well, let me know if I can help. You know that I'll be there. After all we've been through, we got to stick together on everything.
Yeah, that can wait. Roy's going to be here soon, and I've prepped for brunch, and
Well, I'm
There's
gonna go
gonna have
shower
this
then if he's coming soon, so I can be ready.
okay.
She's showering. I'm coming now.
Oh,
It's not that kind of
you're in
podcast.
the car, for Christ's sake. I hope you have some towelettes.
Call it the
Everybody has a
Splattermobile
Tesla, so
for
we're
a
good. It's
reason.
driving itself.
It's a Tesla. Okay, so let's pick up where Dan is making brunch, and Sam heads upstairs to take a shower. As she undresses, she thinks back and the last 3 months. And Sam, why don't you tell us a little bit how things have been with Dan, and how's your relationship been going?
Well, it was really rough immediately after. We took some time apart, probably about 3.5 weeks. I didn't have any contact with Dan. I went to a support group for violent crimes, and lo and behold, he was there as well, trying to get some help. And after about the third visit, I sat by him and we started to talk again. And since then, we've been inseparable. We've supported each other, made sure everything in our lives is healthy. And we're starting over. It's a fresh start.
Okay. Remind me and the listeners again, are you living in Charles's house?
Correct. In my home. Yep.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, it's probably definitely yours now.
Yeah. Yep.
And how often does Dan stay over?
Dan stays every night.
Okay.
For the last month and a half, he's been here every night.
Nice.
I keep him around because obviously I don't know how to cook.
I didn't say you didn't know how to cook. I said you weren't that into cooking.
I'm into eating though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's all about the eats.
He's been extremely supportive, and I honestly don't know how I could have gotten through this without him.
Great. All right, let's switch over to Roy as he's driving and getting pretty close to the house. And Roy, why don't you fill us in a little bit about how the Charles Blaine investigation is going?
Well, I shouldn't be telling you this, but I work pretty closely. I'm an FBI agent, and I was told that one day I came into work, and the boss told me to start investigating, and I've been around this town my entire life, so I know it, and I know most of the people, so I see why he picked me. I mean, I'm the man for the job, and it's just time to start looking, get some leads.
Yeah, so you've had 3 months of investigation, and it really hasn't turned up much in the way of anything. You guys obviously started at Deerfield, New Hampshire. You were brought in towards the tail end of that after they'd done a sweep of the island. You toured the Contented Cow, which was essentially a smoking husk of a building by the time you got there. And there are no plans currently to even rebuild on that island. And so there is really no indication of where Charles Blaine might have gone. Would you say that the case is gone cold, or?
It's definitely a strange occurrence. I mean, especially with a guy like that, doesn't happen. You don't just go flat off the face of the earth. But I mean, I'm not going to give up. I'm like I said, I'm the guy that's going to put my all into this. And I mean, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to be going at this level I'm going, but I'm not giving up anytime soon.
Okay, great. That's good enough. Well, you arrive at the Blaine residence, and even as you walk up to the front door, you can smell Dan's wonderful cooking.
Oh.
Man, that's some
I just
wonderful
showered,
cooking.
dude.
And Sam comes down just as the doorbell rings.
You want to
Dang.
grab that, honey? I'm just about done in here.
No, we have company. Oh, the door. Yeah. Hi, Mr. Arroyo. Come on in.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Hey,
I'm all
Roy,
right.
that you?
I was talking to her.
Oh, great. Another murder to solve.
You know, I'm playing. How's it going, guys?
Good. You hungry?
Yeah, I could
Dan
go
whipped
for
up some
meats.
breakfast for us.
I thought this was brunch.
Dan whipped up some brunch for us.
Well, now I'm in the mood for breakfast, so I don't know
Dan,
what
can
to
you
say.
make breakfast?
I've been slaving over this hot stove for at least half an hour, so you're going to eat and you're going to like it.
All right, what we got? What we got?
Got you some nice pancakes. We got some regular pancakes, some chocolate chip, some blueberry, some nice bacon, scrambled eggs, fresh pot of coffee, some fresh squeezed orange juice.
All in the pancakes?
All
Where have I
right.
heard that before?
It's my chalupa cake.
All right, I appreciate you having me over.
Hey, anytime.
I don't know about any time. That's a lot.
I don't really have a home.
My 11 kids terrorize me. Anytime I can get out of the house, I'm gonna.
So,
So,
you had a chance to look at the paper this morning?
Yeah. You saw that?
Yeah, the break-in down at the MSPCA.
Oh, I was talking about how Miss Borowski died. What was that?
Oh, yeah. Poor Miss Bro. She taught me 5th grade math,
Yeah, she was a wonderful lady.
she's an English teacher. That was weird.
which is why it was such a terrible class.
So what happened?
So there was a break-in down at the local MSPCA. A guy tried to steal $2,000 worth of ketamine. Name was Ryan Davies.
Wow.
The
Gotta avoid
thing
that
is,
party.
the thing is I knew Ryan. We were in basic together, and
He ran that bookstore, right?
yeah, he runs Bankrupt
Downtown?
Books
Yeah.
downtown. And
Yeah, I've talked to him.
I don't know if it's just because I maybe used to be friends with him at one point, but it just doesn't seem to me like he's the kind of guy to try and steal a bunch of drugs.
Yeah, he was a nerdy guy. I mean, he all he ever talked about was books. I mean, I know it was a bookstore, but I try to talk about other things, and he just keep making recommendations.
How dare he?
How's the weather? Have you tried this book?
So yeah, I get what you're saying. It's a weird time.
Yeah. So I was thinking if you're looking for another excuse to get away from all your little monsters back at home.
Most of them are over 12, so
Uh,
not
Yeah.
really little.
well, I mean, when your wife is a dwarf, your kids always have a
Inches?
chance to be a little.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you wanted to head down to the police station with me. See
Yeah,
if I
do
could get a shot at talking to Ryan.
Yeah, does Bugsy still work down there?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's actually at the front desk.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen him in ages, so that'd be good to see him and look into this.
Awesome. Well, why don't you pull up a chair? We got plenty of food.
How would
And I'm
I do
pretty sure-
pull-ups off of a chair?
And I'm pretty sure Ryan's not going anywhere anytime soon. So let's just have a nice, relaxing brunch.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Cool. Okay, so brunch transpires, and everybody's eaten to their fill, and it was very nice. Dan did a wonderful job as usual,
I could not
What
keep
a
the orange
wonderful
juice
job
inside
as
my
usual.
pancake.
Thank
except the pancake that has all the other stuff in it.
Oh. You don't like my fusion cuisine?
So it's
all in the
after
blender.
brunch now.
Thanks for brunch. It was pretty good.
Well,
Yeah.
do you guys need me, or did you want to go?
If you want to come on down and say hi to Ryan, you're totally welcome to come with.
Okay. I mean, I might swing over to the CVS and grab a few things.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
You fine with
Whatever's cool with
driving?
me.
All right, let me grab my purse.
Yeah, I'll drive.
Driving, Roy?
I can drive.
Cool.
All right,
He has a moped.
you guys, you all pile onto the moped, stack it up, and
Dan, you sit on my lap.
ooh, talk about pegging. So you drive down to the police station, and Roy, you see Bugsy at the front desk there.
Hey, Bugsy, how's it going?
Yeah, pretty good there. How's it going, Arroyo?
Oh, it's been good. I missed you, man. It's been a while.
Yeah,
Been
I
out of
miss you
town.
too, man. What have you been up to?
You know.
How are things in
investigation.
Boston?
They're pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, big city, but I always like to get back.
Are those firemen still a bunch of queers?
Oh, all of them. Every single one's a queer. How's the old lady?
She's all right. You know, she's bitching me up and down. I don't know. I smack her up one way, and she smacks me down the next. It all
Yeah,
works
that's
out.
how it goes. You were always a wild one, man.
Yeah, I'm just nutty. I'm nutty.
You ever get that screen door fixed?
That thing, oh, God. Yeah, it fell off last winter.
You got to stop throwing your kids through it, man.
Kids, they're all grown up now. It's just me and the missus.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they're
They
all
having
off to,
fun with
like,
that.
they're all off to university. You know, they don't want to, even they could walk to the university from the house, but no, they got to stay on campus.
So I never pegged you. I never pegged your little ones for university.
What? You picked my little ones? Oh, not my babies.
So I never did.
Oh, God. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Well, what can I do for you? What are you guys doing here? Who's the looker over there? She's
Dan's
kinda
pretty
nice
good
looking.
looking. Oh. Dan, you fill him in. You know more about it than I do.
Oh, there goes Matt. He's gone. He lost his connection.
Oh, boys.
Oh, God.
Sure, I do.
So I guess he can't fill us in. Oh, well.
Oh, yeah, I'll do my
either.
best. You're about the ketamine. You have any? Hey Bugsy, you have any ketamine cases lately?
Well, yeah. So, we had the guy. What's his name? Ryan Davies, the guy who owns the bookstore. It's just so damn weird.
I know, that's what I was saying to my vanished friend over there.
Oh, he just went to the bathroom. He'll be right back.
Oh, okay. As soon as we said, "Hey, Matt," he leaves. Anyways,
He got scared.
that's fine. That's fine. So we, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's a weird thing. The guy's. He says he didn't do anything, but.
Well, that's what we're here to look into.
Yeah. Well, you want to go in and talk to him? I mean, you got the credentials.
I appreciate it, Bugsy.
I can bring you and one. I can let in one of you and one other friend here if you want.
I figure we best wait for Dan. He seemed to know more about it.
All
Sam,
right.
didn't you have to go to the CVS anyway?
Yeah, I'm gonna run to the CVS real quick. He should be back any minute.
All right.
Yeah, CVS is just down maybe 3 blocks. So.
Yeah.
So
I'll go to Rite Aid then.
Yeah. So we'll until Dan gets back here, why don't you go ahead and hop down to the CVS?
I'll just walk.
Yeah, well, you're gonna hop though, because you're just that way. As you go, Sam, you're walking down the street, and you notice that about halfway down, about 2 blocks down, kitty corner to where you would turn left to go to the CVS. Kitty corner is Bankrupt Books, the actual bookstore where. You know that the guy was the manager.
Is it bankrupt?
Yeah, I figured since he dropped like that, his internet would be down. Is it down for good? Do you know?
I don't know. He has Bright House. And that's why I switched.
Okay.
It's because they got taken over by Time Warner.
Okay.
They
Okay.
suck.
Well, we'll
Hashtag don't sponsor us.
Right. Hashtag fuck you, Bright House.
We'll take the money. Don't listen to them.
That's
right.
true.
So let's go with Samantha for a little bit and see if Matt can get back on. But we'll pick up with you. So you notice that Bankrupt Books is just across the way.
I'm gonna just step in real quick and see if I hear anything.
Yeah. So as you walk in, it's just opening. You see a young lady who, a teenage girl, flips the closed to open sign just as you approach the front door.
I turn around and run. They're coming around for us.
She notices you arriving and opens up the door, says, "Hi, welcome, happy Saturday."
Hi. I scratch my hand like this and do a wave.
And you can see that
Throwback.
she's wearing a smock, a bookseller smock, and she is very pretty. How are you today?
Good. How are you doing?
Well, I'm just great. Can we help you find anything?
Oh, I'm just gonna browse. Hey, is Ryan in?
No. But Chris is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's the manager on duty right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, I just wanted to. I
did say
my
duty.
husband. Yeah. My husband and Ryan are friends. I just wanted to say hi real quick, but that's okay. I'll just keep browsing.
Okay. Well,
thank you.
Yeah, just give us a shout if you need anything.
Will do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over to the section that's closest to the register.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And open my ear hole up, and I'm going to listen.
Okay. Well, the young lady who let you in basically goes around and she's straightening. There's no other customers or anything.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe the manager would be up there.
But yeah, as soon as you approach towards the register, you do see a young lady. She looks like she's really young, probably in her 20s. And you can see she does have a manager's name tag on that says Chris, K-R-I-S. Okay. And she sort of looks up at you and smiles and then goes back.
I smile and nod back.
Yep. And she's sort of looking at some stuff. She's like, don't I know? Are you Samantha Blaine?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I am.
You probably don't remember me, but I was in one of your classes a couple years back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you looked familiar.
Yeah, I know. It was a big class, so maybe I sort of.
How are you doing?
I'm well. I just I'd like to thank you for teaching us, and I've managed to land this. I'm actually assistant manager here. Oh, well, maybe actual manager right now, but we'll
Oh,
see
why? What happened?
Well, Ryan, he was arrested.
Right.
So yeah, I don't.
That seemed really strange when my husband told me about it. They were friends way back in the military when they joined.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I've only known him a couple
I
years.
thought that was really bizarre.
It is. I mean, it makes no sense.
Out of character.
Well, sort of, kind of. I maybe I shouldn't talk out of turn.
Like he only raped a few girls.
Right. Just me and a couple other 100.
They shouldn't have worn those clothes, Gabe. That was just a joke, internet.
Just a joke. So, he actually he's always been a kind and reasonable manager. He actually interviewed me a couple years ago. I have no clue why would he be involved in this ketamine thing.
It seems strange to us as well. My husband, and he's over at the jail hoping to see him, I believe. So,
well,
my fiance.
Yeah.
I said husband.
I think I remember Dan. Yeah, he seemed to be a nice guy too. I hope he's able to find some information, because this. It sort of doesn't make sense, but it sort of does.
What do you mean?
Well, why don't you give me a persuade roll?
Okay. What does that mean? Do I have to buy a book? I will jump. I'm going to jump roll instead.
Okay. Jump's good. Jump's
awesome. Oh, well, here's all the information.
Just chuck dice at it.
Remember to call out what you rolled and what you.
Yeah, I won't need to. I needed a 10 and I got a 16. Much better than I thought I would get. Because I have no persuasion.
That's true.
I just bat my eyes and hope for the best, I guess.
That's right.
What's persuasion?
What is persuasion?
I'll talk to you later about it.
So you rolled a 16, you needed a 10, so that's a failure, unfortunately. Yes. So Chris is like, she seems like she wants to say something, but then she's like, I'm sorry, I've really got to get back to work.
Not a problem. It was great to see you again.
You as well. Let her know if you need any help finding books or anything like that.
Okay, no problem.
Have a good day.
If you need anybody to talk to ever, just holler at me.
Well, I appreciate that.
I live in a house. Just go, hey, I gotta go ahead and give her my number.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that down.
It's really nice to see a student that's succeeding and doing well for themselves. It makes me feel good, like I actually did a little good in this world.
Assistant manager at Bankrupt Books.
Shut it. She thinks she's
Soon
doing
to be
good.
Real manager. All right. Well, if I think of anything, I'll give you a call. But I appreciate it. I'll be in touch.
No problem. Sounds good. Have a good one.
She disappears back into the office in the back.
She's a magician too. Disappear.
So, anything else you'd like to do?
I'm going to look at the mystery novels and pick one up for Dan.
Okay, great. Any particular author he likes?
I'm going to look at the back and see which one was published the most recently, because I have no idea what
he likes
reads
new
at
books.
work. Yes, nude books.
Nude books, nicely done.
Books with no covers.
Nicely done. All right.
Oh, nerd joke.
Well, all right. So we're gonna have to go ahead and continue along without Mr. Matt here.
He never came out of the bathroom dumping his brains out.
That shouldn't take too long. All right. So what do we? Any word from him, Bri?
Yep. It is definitely not him. He rebooted and it did nothing, and the Wi-Fi is out as well.
Yep. So you might have to reboot the router or find something.
No, he's rebooted already. Everything.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and continue with Gabe here and Roy. So you're back with Bugsy, and he's letting you and Dan into the back room.
Well, I wish I had sent Sam away because Dan's taken forever.
Yeah, Dan actually excuses himself to use the bathroom real quick and says, "Go ahead, I'll catch up with you."
Yeah.
So
I'm not the best at notes, so this might be hard.
Yeah. So Bugsy takes you back to a small holding cell, and and lets you enter in. And you see Ryan Davies there. He's just a 32-year-old young middle-aged man, and he sort of looks up expectantly and says, "Oh, hi. I was expecting Dan. I kind of thought maybe he would have come."
Dan's dead.
No,
It was a
he
prank,
pegged
dude.
me.
It was a prank. The camera's right up there.
Oh.
Nah, he's
I'm
just.
sorry. It's been a long night.
Nah, I know all about you, Davies.
What?
This would be a lot better if I had my good cop here, but I don't.
Well, I've already told the officers everything I know.
Look, I've been in your store. We chat.
Yeah. Oh,
So I know
yeah,
that
I guess
you-
I do. Yeah, you're from here originally, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
Arroyo. Yeah, I know. I think my dad knew your dad.
Yeah. You know. But how about you tell your bud everything you know?
What do you want to know?
Why'd you take the ketamine?
Look, I don't remember anything. I I was leaving work, and then next thing I know, I'm hauled off to jail on drug and burglary charges. I don't understand. I didn't do anything.
Any past charges?
No, absolutely not. And Roy, why don't you go ahead and give me a psychology roll?
I don't need to. I failed.
So yeah. So tell me what you needed and what you rolled and whether or not it's a success or a failure.
I needed a 10. I got a 58. It's a failure.
All right. You're not quite sure if he's telling the whole truth.
Nothing but the truth.
All right. I suppose I have no choice to believe you in this great country. So until you're proven guilty, you're fine by me. But I'd
Okay.
watch out for that Bugsy.
Yeah, but he's an okay guy. I mean, he's been in the town forever, and he's been really nice. He got me a good breakfast this morning.
Few people know Bugsy like I do, and
Does he got a mean streak in him? A mile wide?
we've known each other forever, and I've seen his worst, and
Oh God.
it takes a while to crack him, but if you crack him, he'll throw you through a screen door.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll make sure not to crack him.
I remember
Release the
once-
crack him.
I remember once he was shooting firecrackers at girls just to be funny.
Well,
That could be
sound very
you.
Nice. That sounds
He was-
neither funny nor nice.
Yeah, we were kids. We were like 36 years old. We were just kids. You don't understand.
Well, listen. If you wouldn't mind, if you see Dan, maybe let him know that anything he can do to help me out here would be really appreciated, and just maybe get a note to my wife and let her know that I'm fine, and I know that she's trying to get the bail scraped together, and I'm fine here for a day or two. It's no problem. But if you could just get the word to my wife.
I'll make sure.
Her name's Caitlin.
All right, I'll make sure that Caitlin finds out.
Okay. Well, I thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Arroyo.
You're a good member of this town, and as of now, I trust you. Don't let that change.
Okay, I won't, and I'll just hang here and hopefully we can figure out what's going on.
Don't hang here. There's still a chance that you'll be okay.
No, they took my shoelaces. I think we're okay.
All right, good.
But there's a sheet.
It's a pile, though. It's a pile of sheep.
Oh, okay.
What was the wife's name?
Caitlin. That there's for your wiki.
Yep.
There's for your wiki.
All right. Any specific message you want to give?
No, just let her know. That I'm okay, and when I get out of here, everything's gonna be better, and I'll make it up to her.
All right. Don't you worry. I'm trying to get on Dan's good side, and he seems to care. So you got Arroyo on the case.
I really appreciate it, Mr. Arroyo. And yeah, one other message for my wife. Just let her know that that she should probably reconsider my life. Just let her know that.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Suspicious, but I'll pass it along.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. And say hi to
No
Dan if you
problem.
ever see him again.
I will.
I hope his internet's okay.
Yeah, its internet's been sick lately.
Have a good one, Ryan.
All right. And you leave the cell and go back out to Bugsy. He's like, yeah. So, did he help you anything?
He was kind of acting strange, but I don't know really what to make of it.
I don't blame him. He's probably got no sleep. I mean,
Yeah.
we've been at him all morning long, and I don't know.
You know his wife, right?
Oh yeah, Caitlin. Yeah, her and the kids. But I think the kids they sent him away for a little while over to their grandparents in Middleton.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know.
He told me to tell her to reconsider his life.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
I don't know what
Got a strange bird.
Yeah, he's a very strange kind of guy for sure.
Or even in school, he was always back of the class kind of kid.
Yeah, I don't know. He always seemed to be like a just kind of nice, mild mannered guy, but I don't know. Seems lately he's just been kind of weird.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
I don't know.
Well, anyways, I'm sure their bail will kick in here probably tomorrow, so he'll be out and about, and then it's up to the courts to decide.
All right.
Anything else, Mr. Arroyo?
No, I'm good. Say hi to the family for me.
All
Will you?
right.
I have to get over for dinner sometime.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Anytime. You can help me put up that new screen door.
Yeah. Need that. Get some firecrackers at the kids.
And I think who the guy you were with, Dan, I think he already took off.
All right. I'll try and catch up, but I doubt it will happen.
All right. Well, you have a good day. Have a good weekend, there, man.
See you, Bugsy.
Peace. All right, let's switch back to a Samantha. As my alarm goes off, nicely done. So we'll go here with a little bit of a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
I would like, before we go in for the cliffhanger, does Samantha or Roy have any chemistry skill?
I doubt it.
Well, there's nothing here that says chemistry. Oh, charm?
No.
Oh.
No,
It's not an option.
It would be something you'd write in potentially. So
Then I do
optionals.
No.
All right, why don't you each of you give me a library use roll?
Okay. I do have forensics. I don't know if that would help.
I needed a 56. I needed a 60, and I got a 56, so I succeeded.
Nice. And Samantha?
I don't want to. Holy crap. I needed a 20 and I got a 6.
Nicely done. Okay, so you both succeed, and I'm just going to go ahead and give you a little bit of information here about ketamine. So both of you would have had maybe, particularly Samantha, would have maybe run across something of this nature in the library, and Roy probably in his normal everyday FBIing. That's a word, right? Isn't that that's a verb? FBIing.
Investigating.
Yeah. So basically, I'm going to read you a little bit of a blurb here about ketamine. It's ketamine chloride, hydrochloride, or simply ketamine, is a white powder that is odorless and tasteless. When added into a drink, the imbiber becomes subject to a lost sense of time and identity, loss of coordination, distorted perceptions of sight and sound, memory problems, and other perception-altering conditions. As such, it is frequently used as a notorious date rape drug. And blah, 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 blah. And ketamine is legal for purchase in the United States for use as an anesthetic for humans and animals, though mostly for animals. Veterinary hospitals and animal shelters are often robbed for their supplies of this drug.
Holy crap.
So that's the little blurb, and now we're going to go into cliffhanger mode.
Davies is going to start anesthesiating animals.
Anesthesiating. When he's not FBIing, he's anesthesiating. All right. So, Samantha, you pick up a mystery novel for Dan and pay for it at the at the counter, and the teenage girl running the counter says, "Okay, well, have a good day. Thanks for coming in."
No problem. You too.
And where are you headed after this?
I'm gonna head back over to the police station.
Okay. So you're walking back towards the police station, and or are you going to CVS first?
I was going to, but I think I saw Ryan coming out of the police station.
Nope, you did not.
I did. I'm going to CVS.
Okay, cool. So you go to CVS and do a little shopping in the aisles.
I got some awesome MAC lipstick.
And your phone rings.
Hello?
You can clearly see from the screen that it is Dan calling.
Oh, damn, he's out of internet again.
I thought he was dead.
Hello, Dan?
Yep.
I told you I don't want to do this stuff during the day.
Brunch. Peggy.
What?
And then it disconnects.
What the hell? Damn it. Stupid Verizon. Hashtag sponsor us, Verizon.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not my router.
And as you're looking at the phone, it rings again. And it says Bankrupt Books.
Okay. I answer it. Hello?
Hi, Mrs. Blaine?
Yes.
Hi, it's Chris from the bookstore.
Yes. Hi, Chris.
Look,
Is everything
only
okay?
because we know each other, I thought maybe you could use some information about Ryan.
Okay. Sure.
I thought a little bit about it, and because you rolled so close to your thing, and you've got a little bit of a parlay and relationship with this, I thought maybe, look, there was something. Okay, Ryan started acting a little bit different about a month ago.
Okay. Like how?
Well, he would go around the bookstore and start picking them up and saying they're trash and not worth the paper they were printed on. And he'd actually do this in full view of the customers. It was very weird and embarrassing. And then later on, he pretended like it never happened. He just
Sponsor us, Kindle.
I thought that was sort of weird, but I mean, that wasn't the worst of it. It's very strange, and I hate to say this about him, but I'm hoping that maybe he can get some help of some sort.
Okay.
Women would come in the store, and he would look at them.
Okay.
Both the customers and some of the pretty female clerks we have working for us. And honestly, he started looking at me too.
So not just the pretty ones?
Just
Just kidding, internet.
And about a week ago, he invited me to spend some time at the Arkham Motel.
Okay. Well, that's
Now, he's never
strange because
never
he's
acted
married.
this way. I know.
Yeah.
And of course, I didn't know what to think. I mean, he was my manager.
Right.
I didn't want to get fired. I didn't know
Yeah.
if I should report him. I mean, he's got a family to support. He's got 2 kids and a wife, and she's so nice.
That is really bizarre. And you said it was just all of a sudden?
Yeah, it started about a month ago, and then it seems to be getting worse. And about a week ago is when, he came on to me, and I've just been trying to, avoid him here and there, and just do my job, stick to my job. And, it's, now that I think about it, about 6 weeks ago, he commented about something about some weird old diary that came in from an estate sale. And he took the book with him. And that's what we're going to call the episode.
What are we going to call it?
We're going to call it Toast. French toast for brunch. Okay. So that's it.
I'll take
Sick.
2.
All right.
Let's start over.
That's the best. Yeah. And Matt comes back. All right. So let's go back here. So let's get your guys' reactions. What are you thinking so far?
That was good. It was good character build. That was really good. Yep. Good job, Roy.
Thanks. The lack of salamanders was upsetting, but
I agree.
you get over it.
Everybody
you'll
can use
get
a few
some.
more salamanders to eat. I mean,
You'll
to
get
have
some.
as pets.
What happened to the salamander?
Maybe we'll figure that out later on, just for fun. All right. So, yeah.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I'm ready
Yeah.
to find out what's going on.
Yep.
Big fan.
Good. So we got a little bit of a hook there to kind of keep playing. All right. So let's launch into our recommendos of the week, and I'll go ahead and start us off.
I'll have Matt start.
Yeah. Go ahead, Matt. Cricket.
Ribbit.
I-
Sorry.
Rocks.
George, did you infect Matt's internet? Did you go over there and rub on it?
Ew.
Yeah, peg it maybe. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to start with the recommendo this week. I am recommending a South Korean horror film called The Wailing.
Oh my.
And this is a nearly 3-hour subtitled South Korean horror film, which is really good. I had heard some very nice things about it from other horror podcasts and that sort of thing. And so I settled in. It's a very, it takes its time, builds suspense, and essentially follows a small village in South Korea that is experiencing an epidemic of sorts. These people keep coming down with boils, and eventually they die after a few days. And it takes the point of view of a small town policeman in this village who is sort of a bumbling idiot. So there's a little bit of comedy at the beginning. And if you know some Asian films, they tend to vary in tone quite a bit over the course of the movie as it unfolds. It might be a comedy one minute and then be a horror film the next, and then maybe a drama. So it varies tone, which I really like because American filmmakers are not, they don't trust viewers enough to believe that they can vary the tone. They think it all needs to be the same thing. So it needs to be a
And they have to
straight-out
show
horror.
us everything.
Right. They have to explain everything.
Explain everything.
Ad nauseum. So it starts off sort of with some comedic overtones, but then slowly becomes more of a police procedural drama, and then goes into full-on supernatural mode, which I really like that progression in the story. And it goes into, towards the end, I'd say the last 20 minutes are just riveting, where everything sort of unravels, and nobody is safe, and it ends on a very downbeat note. So if you're a big fan of films that are not happy endings, then you will really like this. So I highly recommend The Wailing. It is on Netflix, or at least it was a couple weeks ago when I watched it, and I encourage you to check it out. And I believe it is on Shudder as well at this point. So
Everything I do has to end in a happy ending.
right,
Otherwise,
Gotta
it's
get
not worth
away. Yeah, it's not worth the $20, right?
Right.
All right. So let's go ahead with you, Samantha. Brian, what's your recommendo this week?
I am recommending Riff Tracks, which a lot of people I'm sure already know. Riff Tracks are super popular. It's an old Mystery Science Theater 3000 group. They riff new movies and old. They just announced, and I just backed them on Kickstarter, their live riffs for this summer. And they are doing, and I'm very excited, the Doctor Who, The Five Doctors.
Oh,
It's going to be really good. Live riff track, so it's broadcast right to the movie theaters all across the nation. You go and watch them broadcast it live through Fathom. They have another one that's coming out. It's Samurai Cop. That's going to be on April 13th, so that's coming up. That's on sale right now. So I'm going to go to both. Awesome events. They're really fun. By buying a ticket to go, you get a bunch of free stuff from their website. Backing them on Kickstarter, even for $1, gets you tons and tons and tons of free stuff from their website as well. So highly recommend it if you're a fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000. They've just carried that torch and they're moving forward.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I did watch when I was having some sleeping issues a little while ago. About 2 months ago, I did stay up on Amazon and watch Abraxas.
Yes.
Jesse Ventura.
Yes,
It's good.
Oh my God, that is such a terribly horrible, awesome movie.
No, I will say one thing. Mike's voice, when he talks, it is very relaxing.
Yeah,
So it does. But then you get the other guys that come in and they're
yeah.
pumping it right
I thought
out.
it was very funny. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. So,
Yeah.
all right,
They still got it.
Yep, they do. And are you looking forward to the new Mystery Science Theater 3000?
I'm open-minded because some of the original characters are coming back,
Yep.
so that'll be kind of cool to see.
Yep.
I want to make sure that I don't pass any judgment because I'm a purist.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to riff tracks, I really enjoy Mike. I really enjoy the other guys, and it makes a big difference for me to have them because I have the same sense of humor that they do.
Sure.
So we'll see if that carries over into the new one, and hopefully it will because I'm excited to see more movies.
Yeah.
B movies riffed.
Yep. And they have a lot of really good guest stars lined up. So
good.
Felicia Day,
Nice.
Patton Oswald,
Okay.
tons of people are supposed to be on there.
Good.
So I think
Patton Oswalt.
I
I saw his clip on there. He actually plays a character within
he's
the
universe.
universe.
One of the bad guys, right? I think he's one of the bad guys. So,
He's I think he's the son or grandson of Forrester or TV's Frank. So
cool.
It'll be good.
Great.
It'll be good.
All right, Matt. What's your recommendo for this week?
For this week, I'm going to cover both sides of the aisle, for I am giving you a game that is both mobile and available on PC because I'm just good like that. It's a game called Guild of Dungeoneering. And what it is it's a turn-based dungeon crawler, but the twist being that instead of you playing your hero, it uses a card system that you construct the dungeon around the hero, and then he goes off and does his own thing.
Is it a sort of a top-down thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's top down. It has a really, really cool like black and white cartoony art style to it.
Okay, good.
Oh, I'm looking at it now. It does look pretty cool.
Okay, good. Well, we'll check that out. Gabe, what's your recommendo?
I'm gonna preface it with it's not for everyone.
Is it porn?
It's not. If you get offended in any way, shape, or form, I would not recommend this because it gets pretty touch and go. But the album. It's Pink Season by Pink Guy, Filthy Frank, whatever you want to call him. It is parts of it are on Spotify hidden and parts of it are on iTunes, but you can get the full album. You can listen to it for free on YouTube. And I mean, for me, it's just tons of fun, but I'm pretty carefree. Nothing really bothers me. I could understand this album bothering people because it gets pretty edgy, but I like it. I know a lot of other people that like it. So if you just like having fun, having a laugh, this is a really funny album that I think you'd really like.
Is it equitable to like Tenacious D or Flight of the Conchords or Jerky Boys? Or
I'd say
It's
close
a
to
lot of-
Tenacious D, but rap.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a lot of different things. Because he does like on it. There's like rap, but he also does like softer like ukulele covers of songs.
Ukulele covers.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Okay.
It's funny. It's
Cool.
funny.
All right, all good recommendations. Well, that is going to be it for this episode of the Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe on iTunes, Google Music, Stitcher, or anywhere you download your regular podcasts. If you like what you hear, please leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. Please also share it around and just drop us a note here and there too. Meanwhile, you can find us at thelovecrafttapes.com with links to all our social media, including Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, and our wiki. You can find me on Twitter at LovecraftTapes.
And if anyone knows what the hell happened, because I sure don't, tell me on Twitter at The Real Weird Kid.
And you can find me at Brian Podcasts on Twitter.
and you have to find me in person.
For now.
For now.
For now.
All right. Well, until next time, roll for sanity. Okay. That'll do it. I'm going to go ahead and stop